You know the feeling. It's 3 a.m., the house is completely quiet, but your mind is racing through a mental spreadsheet of credit card minimums, car payments, and the slow, creeping burnout of working 50 hours a week just to stay exactly where you are. The natural response to that kind of exhaustion is distraction. We scroll through endless feeds, watching other people build wealth, take endless tropical vacations, and live on their own terms. We act as passive consumers, digesting digital content by the hour instead of creating an ounce of value ourselves. To escape that, you have to look at the math. If your income is directly tied to the hours you clock in, there is a hard ceiling on your earning potential. The only mathematical way out is to break that link entirely. You decouple your time from your money, building systems that run whether you are awake or asleep. Switching from one exhausting job to another slightly better job doesn't solve the equation. The fix requires wiping your internal operating system clean. You have to stop thinking like someone who buys attention and start operating like someone who captures and monetizes it. That kind of psychological pivot doesn't happen by accident. It starts in the margins of your day, specifically in the quiet hours before the rest of the world wakes up. We are talking about a strict, uncompromising morning protocol. You pull yourself out of bed at 5 a.m. You sit in silence to map out exactly what you want your life to look like. You read the books detailing the mechanics of wealth and the psychology of success. Stripping away the daily noise allows you to make a definitive tactical choice. Instead of wondering how to make extra cash, you commit to building a digital asset. In this case, a faceless YouTube channel dedicated to motivation and mindset. A channel strategy is just a sequence of steps. Anyone can download a guide on how to make videos. But the discipline built during those early, quiet hours provides the mental framework you need to actually execute a complex, long-term business model without quitting. The first step in that model is narrowing your focus. You can't just talk about success to everyone. You slice the topic down to a highly specific audience, choosing an angle like AI productivity hacks for small business owners. You don't need to put your face on camera to build trust. You establish immediate visual authority using AI tools to generate a clean, recognizable brand identity, giving your audience a professional focal point from day one. From there, the content creation process becomes an assembly line. Every video follows a rigid set of parameters, a focused 1,200-word script specifically engineered to hit a 5 to 10-minute sweet spot in runtime. This graph illustrates exactly how the YouTube algorithm treats your video in the first 10 seconds. Notice the steep drop-off. If your opening hook fails to create immediate, high-stakes curiosity, the viewer leaves and the algorithm buries your content. You have to capture their attention instantly to reach that sustained plateau. Executing this level of precision, analyzing retention data, and iterating on hooks requires a high volume of daily cognitive focus. You are only able to spend that mental energy on the work because your morning discipline has already become an automated habit. Next comes the actual assembly. You open your design software, stare at a blank digital canvas, and start dragging the pieces into place. You follow strict visual rules to keep the viewer engaged. You match high-quality stock footage, layering bold, high-contrast text. To keep the pacing fast, you never let those text overlays exceed 10 words per slide. You don't even need to buy a microphone. You feed your script into an advanced text-to-speech engine, tweaking the cadence until you output a perfectly paced, natural voiceover that drives the entire narrative. To trigger the recommendation engine, you maintain a ruthless upload schedule. You push out highly optimized videos every single week without fail. You write, edit, and publish month after month, while views remain low and income non-existent. The psychological friction is immense. Most creators stop here because the data doesn't reward them immediately. But the recommendation system requires a consistent baseline of content before it can accurately identify and categorize a specific audience for your channel. If you continue, the weight of the work starts to shift. As your library of videos grows, the system has more data points to test. Eventually, one of those videos finds the right viewers, and your daily viewership begins to climb as the backlog of content is discovered. This diagram shows what happens when that traffic hits your channel. You activate dual monetization. Platform ad revenue starts flowing in based on views, while your video descriptions drive viewers to buy your proprietary digital products, compounding your overall income. Compare that to where you started. Instead of stressing over minimum payments at 3 a.m., you wake up to notifications of automated sales. You have successfully decoupled your time from your money, owning a system that generates revenue without your active labor. The software tools, the AI voice generators, the strict upload schedules, these were all just technical vehicles. They didn't do the heavy lifting. The tactical path to creating these assets is visible to anyone who looks, but the information is inert until you choose to sit down in those early morning hours and start the work.